Okay, but thanks for phoning.
God bless. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye just now.
Bye-bye. Right. And part of a tele-canvassing campaign, yeah, you should have a kind of script, but always be looking to adapt and always looking to change, find out what fits. And eventually, you'll probably hear in the next few days or weeks that I'll find something that I'll stick with and go with. So just adapting my technique, my pitch. Slowly but surely, it will become ingrained.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, my name's Tom Gold. I'm phoning part of the Independent Radio Alliance. I'm phoning regarding the upcoming independent election in 6 months' time.
Well, the resident of this house died recently, and I'm not here for any particular reason.
Listen, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I'm just phoning, doing my own private canvassing for the upcoming election, so I'm really sorry to bother you.
Okay, no problem.
Take care. Bye. Right, we're concentrating our efforts in Stirling today. Stirling. If you've any places, if you've any people, mobile numbers of young people, I'm going to be phoning shops, businesses, people, anybody, everybody. Are you doing your bit out there? Are you doing your bit phoning, talk to as many people? If you believe in something passionately, then get out there and amongst it. Speak, seek the truth, reject falsehood.
Welcome to BT Answer 157.
Right, onwards and upwards. Right. Never see failure as failure. It's just the next step to success.
Welcome to the Sky voicemail.
Yes, I feel quite privileged that I had, well, I wasn't really part of the No campaign, was I? But suppose I was in a way, but I just didn't see the merits of it. It's been so far away, but now as it gets closer, then I really can see the merits of Scotland being able to stand on its own feet and make its own decisions. And possibly, quite possibly, we could be able to make a different country, a better country. We'll never know till we try. I say let's try. And let's phone again. Here we go.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment.
Right. Right, do that. Copied, pasted. Right, we're in. We're in there. Next one. We'll not be installing today, though. So we're not getting a hit. We're going to be ditching this.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you. My name's Tom Gold. I'm phoning from the Independent Radio Alliance. I was just phoning regarding the upcoming election with independence in 6 months' time. I was just here to canvass your views. Are you intending to vote on the election, sir?
Oh, I will be, aye.
Yeah. I mean, have you decided what you're going to be doing? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but I was just here seeing what people are making of the whole debate and stuff.
Well, I'm waiting to see, learn a wee bit more about it. At this time, I'm voting no, but
right.
If I find out it's more about it, I may change that.
Indeed. Well, for myself, if you've got a few minutes, I mean, myself, the reason why I am doing this, I'm totally independent. I'm not a political party. I'm not paid by anybody. I really am. I used to be a salesperson. You're doing telesales, run my own telesales team. So I've up to a few months ago, I was kind of, probably much like yourself, I don't know, but kind of thinking, well, I have to be convinced about it. And the thing that convinced me was all the negativity, a lot of these English MPs saying, you can't do this and can't do that. And living through in Glasgow myself, I look at the state of the place, the roads disintegrating, the way the place is run, and I'm thinking, well, we might not do much better, but at least we can blame ourselves if we mess it up, because I'm just sick of being told, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I've kind of looked into it and researched it as much as I can, and I've changed my mind, and I've thought, well, if these people, like for one of the instances, say, well, we're going to cut jobs or we're going to pull out, well, I keep thinking, well, they're 10 times bigger than us, so whatever penalty they want to inflict on us, they're probably going to be cutting their nose off 10 times worse than what they could ever imagine. So for all this, bluff and stuff, we'll do this and we'll do that and we'll kick you out of this, I think there's going to be a hell of a compromise if it was ever to happen, and all the scare tactics will just be proved that, just scare and bluff.
Aye. It's just, I'm no totally convinced, because I'm with the thing where if it's no broken, then fix it.
True, aye.
And I didn't see anything broken here. All I see is somebody trying to rebuild a wall across the border again. That's the only thing I can see at the moment.
Do you think that would happen though? Because I mean, I lived down in England. I lived in West Sussex for about 6 years, and I've got family down there.
Aye, well, but the thing is, I mean, you're hearing all these different stories about this, that you can't use you can't use the pound, you can't do this, you can't be a member of the EU. Well, everybody can't be wrong against one man. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, for the actual one and the pound, I mean, there's all these cryptocurrencies out there. I mean, and to change over, I mean, we could peg ourselves, but the way I would look at it, like England, how much would they lose? Say they were to turn round and say, right, we're no compromising, we're kicking you out the pound, you can't have it. Well, instantly for them, the cost for them, to do business with Scotland, because we're probably, the business, so then they would have to think, well, how much is it going to cost for us to transfer our currency? Because if Scotland decided to go, we'll create our own currency and we'll call it the Scottish pound or the Scottish shekel or whatever it was, then England are going to have to look up to the fact, well, how much business do we do with them and how much is it going to cost us each year? So possibly they'll look at it and say, well, maybe it costs, $500 million or $1 billion. Well, hey, that's too much for us to face. We'll allow them, we'll come to a compromise, and Scotland will keep the pound. That's what I think will happen. The same with the oil. Scotland and England will have a dispute about it, and what will happen will be, something, well, they have to come to a compromise. That's the way I look at it.
I dare say, but there's so much. I mean, you've got people running this country, and you turn the television on, and you look at them, and and all they are, and having a laugh and an argument and a bit of fun with each other. And these are people that's in charge of the country.
I know.
This is what puts me off.
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
I mean, this is what really, and I'm not talking just about any party, I'm talking about every party.
I know.
They're all got their own, and I kind of all got their own views, but to make such a song and dance about it, and a laughing about this and about that, like Alex Hammond, David Cameron's no wanting to meet me, and he's no wanting me to do this, and who cares?
I know.
That's not the answers we want to hear. The answers we want to hear is what's going to happen.
True.
That's the answers. I'm not caring if he's known his Christmas card list or no. I'm wanting to know what's best for this country. And at the moment, the way I see it, the best is to leave it as it is. Because every day you're hearing other stories. Now, whether it's scaremongering or no, but if you plant a seed, it's then planted into people's minds.
Indeed.
And the thing is, there was last week there, Standard Life. Now, I'm not caring whether Standard Life's up here or down there or where it is, right? But what I'm saying is, how many people is out of job now? If it does go down south, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't upstick all these people and, right, there's a job down in England if you want to. No, I'm not want to go to England, I want to stay here. No, well, there's no job for you then.
Aye.
I mean, and this is what it is. I mean, it's the amount of people it could end up out of work, and it's so through ignorance and no knowing which way to actually turn.
Well, the way I would look at that one, if that company or any company was suddenly to say, we're pulling out of Scotland because we can't afford it, then they would probably be cutting their nose off to spite themselves, because if the Scottish people were to see that, and I mean, we don't need any politician, whatever, the people would just be phoning up and say, excuse me, we're not going to pay more insurance to you, we're going to go elsewhere, we're not going to bank with you, because if you're seeing Scotland as a backwater and walking out the door when we're trying to build something different, then we're not going to be giving you your money. So that could be a way that most companies would look at it, that, I mean, they've come out and said it, and if it was to be the truth, but then another way to look at it, see the people who are in that Standard Life, they're all pro the Better Together campaign. So if you look at it, I mean, there's Tory lords, there's people with background there where they're not quite as independent as you would think. So you might think, oh, they're just businessmen and they've got nothing tied to it. But these people, with their ties in, what they've got with the Tories and various other stuff, if you look at it, then it seems to me what they're doing is they're just trying to take the part. Instead of Cameron, I mean, if Cameron comes up here and starts talking about it, everybody's going to laugh and take no heed of him. So it's probably better for the Better Together people to turn around and get people who are no toxic brand like Cameron, like the Tories, like English MPs. So they're finding people who are on side, and that's what I think, you know. So Standard Life, if they were to come out and do something as crazy, say, right, we're taking 500 people out of here, and the Scottish people are no daft will say, is that right? Well, we'll hit you in the pocket where it is, because I know for a fact people around me would be willing to do stuff like that. Right? If you want to do that, if you want to play silly buggers, well, we'll do the same. We'll hit you in the pocket. If you're going to take 500 jobs or 1,000 jobs, whatever it is, we'll play this way. And that's why I look at it. I mean, I just see it as all scared now, because the more I've heard all these people talking, every time now, I'm just thinking, they're just trying to scare the bejesus out of people. Like you say, they plant seeds, and it seems to be working, and that's why I've tried to find out the pulse of people and see what people are saying about it and what their views are. And I can only thank you for sharing that with me. I mean, is there anything... I mean, regarding the pound debate that was on last week, do you think that we would be better out the pound, or do you think we're better staying with the pound?
I think we're better staying with it.
I
think we're better, because, I mean, you just look round about your own doorstep when Southern Ireland went with the euro, look where it is now.
Aye.
Things like that. Again, I mean, it's not just Scotland or England or anything like that. I mean, they all went the euro except Britain, and I think the best thing was for Britain to keep it.
Indeed,
aye. Because look at the countries, i.e., we've had to bail out. You know, I mean, we're paying their countries now through tax and giving them a dig out because we're all members of this EU. And we don't even use the currency that they're using.
I know.
And I mean, that's what really bothers me. I mean, if a country can't stand on its own 2 feet, well, so be it. It's up to them. They went alone, and this is what my fear for Scotland is. If they go alone and they can't stand, where are we going to be then?
See,
because if we're bad enough now with England, how they are, right? If we went alone and it failed miserably, how we would have to get down on our hands and knees and beg them for us to go back. That's what bothered me.
Aye.
If you see what I mean.
I can see. Oh, I can.
Don't get me wrong. I'd love for Scotland to stand up there on its own amongst the high ones, because I love the country, and I just love them to be there. Aye. But if it went pear-shaped, how humiliating it would be for us to get down on our hands and knees and beg. And I'll bet you a pound to a penny, you wouldn't see many politicians standing at the top of their steps with their megaphones shouting at everybody. Then they'd be hiding, they'd be running scared.
I know. Well, it's up to us as a people to make whatever country it is. And I think for too long, I mean, it's been so far away down in England, and it gets to the psyche when you see, you know, we can aggregate our decision-making power down there, and it's out of sight, out of mind. And if we've got it here in Scotland, I mean, I think we're getting a whole generation. I've got a youngster now, 17, and she's politicised like anything else. And I think a lot of the youngsters, you know, if we were to get to the stage, I mean, going back to the pound scenario, what happened? I mean, you're right, we were better to stay away from that euro because I think it was all fudged and set